Sunday football predictions and betting tips. We do have a total of 3 betting tips today, 3 betting slips today. Yesterday, Saturday, we recorded one bet slip winning and the other one lost because of Switzerland drawing 1-1 later in the game. But I must also mention that I was pleased with the scoreline of Armenia against Wales, the 1-1 scoreline. We correctly predicted that, predicted both teams to score, predicted an over 2.5 goals, at the same time predicted an under 3.5 goals. It was the most accurate prediction for yesterday, and I'm glad that it sailed through easily. And at the end of the day, we recorded an easy victory. Now, if it is your first time watching the maskedbettor sharing you daily football predictions, I need you to take a moment, click the subscribe button, and join this amazing family, because this is where you need to be. This is where value lies when it comes to sports betting. This is where you get the best analysis from a sports bettor's perspective. So you are guaranteed of the very best selections for each particular market. The first game that we have today coming up is the game Scotland coming up against Norway. You will realize that Norway will be without Martin, Odegaard and Haaland, and that is going to be greatly impacting how they are going to be performing. I believe it's going to be acting on a negative way instead of acting positively. And then you must also realize that Scotland have qualified for the Germany tournament next year, that is the Euros, and they'll be looking for just to win the tournament with high standards and, better form. And then you must also take keen about what I'm about to say. Scotland have won in their last 5 out of 6 home matches by 2 or more goals. And it's likely to continue in this particular game, given that they are coming into this match with a mentality of ending the qualification round on a high note. So I think the scoreline is going to be 2-1 full time, and over 2.5 goals will be occurring, and both teams are supposed to be scoring. So the betting tip we are going to be picking at the end of the day is the safest, and that is Scotland to be winning or a draw to occur. The odd is 1.330. In our second match today, we have the game Bosnia coming up against Slovakia. Slovakia only defeat this season. Slovakia's only defeat in the qualification round was to Portugal. That is the only time they have lost. The other games have ended in either a win or a draw. And then you must realize that the last 2 games that Bosnia played at home, in the last 2 games that Bosnia played coming into this particular game, they have lost by a total of 9 goals, scoring 0 goals. Very disgusting performance from Bosnia. And then you must also take into account that Slovakia have won 6 out of 9 matches and performed way better defensively and have been going for the goal. They have been scoring easily. So it's evident that Slovakia has the upper hand in this particular game, and they really deserve a win, a victory, just to end the qualification round on a high note. And I believe that they are the better team, they are the better side in this particular match. And so I'm backing Slovakia to be winning or a draw to occur. The odd for that particular option is 1.47. You combine the 2 odds, you get a total of 1.955 odds. Booking code is available on the screen. In our second selection today, we have a total of 2.033 odds. And our first match happens to be Serbia coming up against Bulgaria. In the Serbia versus Bulgaria match, one thing is evident: Serbia only need a win or a point to secure their spot in the Euro 2024. So it's going to be an interesting game for them, an important match for them. And then you must also realize that 4 of Serbia's last victories have been emerging by 2 or more goals. So it's easily expected that today they will also be covering that particular margin, and I'm going for Serbia to be winning. The odd is 1.23. Next, we have Sweden coming up against Estonia. In the Sweden versus Estonia game, we are all aware that Sweden lost their last game by a hurting 3-0 loss to Azerbaijan, unexpected. But I still believe that they have plenty of attacking options. That is due to their quality players, and they can score goals in this particular game. And given that in the last head-to-head between Estonia and Sweden, Sweden thrashed Estonia by a scoreline of 5-0. I see that it's going to be an interesting one once too, because quality is going to be the determining factor at the end of the day. And we also know very well that with nothing to play for, save for at least, finding a better way to win the tournament, not with a 3-0 loss, I think Sweden are going to be winning this particular game, and the betting tip is Sweden to be winning the Asian Cup. Sweden to win and cover the Asian -1 handicap. The odd is 1.174. Sweden -1 Asian handicap. And then you have Portugal coming up against Iceland. You must realize that in the last game Portugal played, it was kind of a low-scoring game or a slow match in which you only witnessed goals in second half. Today, I kind of think the opposite is supposed to be happening. And given that Portugal are at home, just what we witnessed in the France game yesterday, 14-0 goals. Remember, I told you yesterday that the France match was all about how many goals can be scored in that particular game. And you all witnessed that because all the players, all the quality players were putting in their best foot to ensure that they scored goals, and they scored, and that is how it's supposed to be. For Portugal, I'm not really sure that's what I'm supposed to be saying, but I believe that Portugal, coupled with their solid defense, especially at home, and given the fact that they have been scoring easily because they have scored 3 or more goals in their last 4 Euro qualifier matches played at home, it's easier to mention that in this particular game, even though the bookmakers tend to think that Portugal vs Iceland is not really going to be a high-scoring match, I might go for the opposite and back Portugal to score at least 2 goals in this particular game. And the odd is going to be 1.22. That is our betting tip. And finally, we have Hungary against Montenegro. An interesting game given that Hungary have already secured a spot in the group stages of Germany Euro tournament next year. And in this particular game, they are maybe just after ending the tournament with quality results. Montenegro on the other side are still, kind of having some kind of hope that they might win, they might proceed to the next round, of which I really think at this particular point it's impossible. But I think that this is going to be a tight match given that it's kind of close. And at least both teams, they seem to be having something to be looking forward into this particular game. Though Hungary are still remaining the favorites at the end of the day, a draw is likely in this particular match. And that is why I'm backing Hungary to win or a draw to occur. The odd for that particular option is 1.175. You combine the 3-4 matches, you get 2.083 odds. A booking code is available on the screen. I have not mentioned 3 matches. Belgium vs Azerbaijan, Spain vs Georgia, Liechtenstein vs Luxembourg predictions. They also have amazing betting options. I'll be sharing that in our round 10 of the Euro qualification matches, a video in the next few hours. So please ensure that you watch the video when it premieres on YouTube so that you get exactly which options you're supposed to be selecting. I believe the 3 matches that I've set aside are going to be forming our third bet slip for today. And in total today, we have a total of 8.366 odds. I understand very well that out of the 8 Euro qualification matches that we have been having every single day, we have been winning 99% because it's only one game that has been disappointing. Today, if things are okay, being it is a Sunday, we are hoping for a very perfect record. By perfect, I pray that we are in a position to get 100% winning today, so that at least the 8.336 odds gives us some amazing victory as we begin Monday tomorrow. If the video was valuable, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.